Hello and welcome to My Little Pony Spirit of the Forest Part 3, the finale. If you'd like to support the channel and get access to my videos one day early without added commentary, you can check out my Patreon, link in the description. The card of the day is Sweetie Belle. This friendly filly is often the voice of reason of the CMCs. That has 100% been true so far, and let's see how she uses that trait to save this damn forest. Last time.
Applejack! Filthy Rich is cutting down the forest! Make him stop!
I guess we could talk to Mayor about it? Sorry, he's had approval for months.
This sucks! What if we killed them all? Okay, fine. What if we just pretended like we were gonna kill them all? Oh, like dress up as some kind of big, scary monster!
Thank you, ladies, for catching that big, scary monster. Now my lumberjacks can get back to work. And now our story continues.
This stinks, y'all. Filthy Rich's lumber mill's ruining Whitetail Woods. We tried to convince them, we tried to scare them, but nothing worked. Whitetail Woods is gonna be gone soon, and we couldn't save it. Well, it's not gone yet. Maybe there's still something we can do. Like what? Maybe we could buy the woods. Like, with a fundraiser. Then Filthy Rich couldn't cut down the trees. Sure, but I don't know if we could raise enough. Remember when we sold those candy bars to buy a water slide for the school? We hardly got anything. We probably have to, win some sort of music video contest. Yeah. What if we, camped out in one of the trees? They couldn't cut down the woods if we were living in them. How long will we have to live there? We couldn't just live in a tree forever. Just because you need to take baths. It's not just about smelling bad, it's facts and logic. Whatever, soap sniffer. We already cleaned up the woods once, right? What if we just kept cleaning it? You know, picking up the litter, planting new trees. Maybe it'll make enough of a difference to save the woods.
He already fixed the litter problem, sweetie. And surely the guy's master business plan involves planting new trees so he can keep harvesting his special wood.
I don't think that'll work, Sweetie Belle. You saw how big that lumber mill is? There's no way we can clean up everything it's ruining. If it was just the littering in the woods, then maybe we could clean it all up. But that mill's producing too much waste for 3 little ponies to make a difference. It ain't enough to just clean up the messes that happen. We gotta stop the mess at its source, or else it's just gonna keep on getting worse. Mayor said the mill was totally legal, so we can't ask her for help.
I'm sure Mayor could actually help. It would just take time and patience.
And there's lots of ponies in Ponyville who use the lumber from his mill, so they won't help us either. And our sisters are telling us there's no way to change Filthy Rich's mind, so we ought to just give up. Don't any pony else in this town care about the environment? May I come in? Diamond Tiara! Sure, come in. Thanks. I just happened to be nearby, and I thought I'd drop in. No, I'm sorry, that's a lie. I came here to talk to you three. I know you've been investigating my father's factory, and I know you've been trying to get it shut down. Oh, well, the thing about that is, they still don't trust her. All she's been talking about is how much she loves this forest, my dudes. No, it's okay. I want to help. I told you that I wish he never built that mill, and I mean it. It's ruining the woods and disrespecting the memory of my great-grandmama. And I don't want to just clean up his mess. I want to stop it at the source. Otherwise, Whitetail Woods will never get better. I know we haven't always gotten along. I've done some pretty mean things in the past. But what my father's doing is wrong. And I feel like we're the only ones who are trying to do something about it. If we want to save the woods, then I think we need to do it together. What do you say?
What is that smirk, Scootaloo?
Of course we'll help, Diamond Tiara. How could we say no? Welcome to the team!
Little late, but yay!
Of course, we still don't have a way to stop your dad's lumber mill. Maybe not yet. But with 4 of us, we could probably cook up something. Any ideas, Diamond Tiara? You already tried dressing up like a weird monster and tried to scare him, right? Yeah, That was pretty much our plan A. We tried dressing up as that spirit of the forest you mentioned. You said your great-grandmama told you stories about it, right? Yeah. She said it was the defender of the forest. It kept Whitetail Woods, and maybe all woods, healthy and safe. If only the spirit was real, then we wouldn't have to defend the woods. What if it is real? Huh? All that time we were out in the forest, hiking, camping, running around in costume. All that time I felt like there was a presence, like something watching us. Maybe there really is a spirit out there. If so, then maybe we should look for it. Do you really mean that? Sure! If your great-grandmama was right, then maybe we just need to search for the spirit. Then let's get ready to hike, girls. I'm already packed. How did you do that? We're making good time. We'll cover all Whitetail Woods within, 6 moons.
Well, looks like Scootaloo's gonna get her wish after all.
But no sign of the spirit. I forgot how beautiful these woods are. Even if we haven't found the spirit, at least we got to see some amazing scenery. Yeah. I've been so worried about everything, I forgot what we were trying to protect. This place is beautiful, and I think there's somebody else who should see it. Huh? Do you want us to come with you, Diamond? Thanks, girls. But this is some pony I should see alone.
Go kick some ass, girlie. And tell the boys we're the new logs in the east door. Gotcha, boss.
Father?
Well, if it isn't my precious little Diamond. You came all the way out here to visit your daddy at work. That's awful sweet of you.
Father, can we go for a walk?
Course, darling. We'll go as soon as I'm done for the day.
No, I mean, can we go now? There's something I need you to see.
Oh, I've got a lot to do right now, Pumpkin. Why don't you give me a couple hours in? Well, I suppose I could adjust my schedule a bit. Why, Tom and Tiara, you led us right back to Great-Grandmama's old cabin. I remember romping around here when I was a colt, and then bringing you to go romping as well. Why, I can still taste the carrot biscuits and gravy. And I remember sliding down old Breakneck Hill. Seemed a lot bigger back in those days. We've got some powerful memories of this place, don't we?
Yeah. Do you remember the story she used to tell about the spirit of the forest?
Why, sure. Oh, you used to love those stories. You'd sit by her hooves and listen to her talk about that big glowing beast. Your great-grandmama had quite a way with words, I tell you.
I still remember her telling me about how the spirit is the protector of the forest. How it makes sure that us ponies are taking good care of the trees.
Ah, she was quite a storyteller, to be sure.
I always wondered if the spirit was real. If there really is a creature out there keeping the woods safe.
Oh, now, darling, you know those were just fables. It'd be nice if there was such a critter out here protecting our forest, but it just ain't so. There ain't no spirit of the forest. If your great-grandmama were here, she'd say the same thing.
You're right. It's not real. Which is why we've got to do it instead. It would be wonderful if the spirit was really out here protecting our forests, but it isn't. So it's up to us. We need to be the protectors. We need to keep these places safe and healthy. Otherwise, the forest that great-grandmama loved, the place that you and I love, will be gone.
What have I been doing? You're absolutely right. These woods are special to this family, and I'm gonna make sure they stay special. Tomorrow, I'm gonna put it in order. No logging within 50 feet of great-grandmama's cabin. Honestly, based.
Father!
You're right. 100 feet. See, he's a reasonable guy. He's not some kind of greedy wolf.
No, Father, that's not enough. Don't you see? This part of the woods is special to us, but every part of the woods is special to some pony. It's not just about saving a few spots. You gotta find a way to keep the whole woods protected.
The whole woods? But ponies need my lumber. They need to build things.
Yes, but you can do better. You can plant new trees for every one you cut down. You can stop pollution from going down the river. Keep your workers from littering and junking up the woods. I know Ponyville needs lumber, but you can get it without destroying the woods. Maybe you won't make as much money, but these woods are more important than money.
More important than money. I never thought I'd hear those words. And I certainly never thought I'd agree with them. You're right, my little dumpling. There's gotta be some changes in the way I do business. So let's get started!
Thank you so much for inviting us, Mr. Rich.
And thank you for coming, Princess.
The three of us have put together a sustainable forest management plan.
It'll tell you how much you can safely cut down and where.
And how much you need to replant. If you follow this plan, you'll still be able to provide plenty of lumber while ensuring that Whitetail Wood stays healthy and vibrant.
And Big Macintosh has been taking a look at your equipment. He's got some improvements in mind to keep most of your pollution out of the river. Yep. All right, everybody, let's get started. Man, I still can't believe his amazing business plan did not involve farming these trees. Because correct me if I'm wrong, plants aren't supposed to grow by themselves, like the sun or the weather.
That evening,
Hello! Welcome, Everpony!
howdy, Mr. Rich.
I'm just firing up the grill. Get yourself a drink if you like.
It's awful nice of you to throw this party, Diamond Tiara. Thank my father. It was his idea.
Whitetail Wood still looks gorgeous.
All thanks to you. What the hell, thanks to all of us. I am literally right here.
Friends, thank you for gathering here tonight. Every one of you has helped me become a better pony and find a better way of doing business. I was about to destroy these beautiful woods, all for a few lousy bits. I would have betrayed the memory of my grandmama and ruined a place full of happy memories. It took these brave fillies, and especially my daughter, to show me the error of my ways. And if there is a spirit of the forest out there, I hope it's proud of how we're doing.
To the forest!
To the forest!
And this concludes The Spirit of the Forest. Until next time.
Alright, I wasn't sure if we would get there, but I would consider this the good ending. Filthy Rich gets to keep his lumber mill going, and he threw a nice little barbecue, and Diamond Tiara's happy, and he's happy, and they love each other. The end. The journey was pretty rough, but I'm satisfied with the conclusion we got. Man, the first two issues, they're almost the exact same thing. They really should have just been condensed and combined into one part. And for this third issue, once Diamond Tiara got here, it was good, but man, just like the first 4 pages of Crusaders complaining and basically just recapping the first 2 parts, pretty rough. While the Crusaders were busy being impulsive and reckless and short-sighted, Diamond Tiara was busy thinking about how the daily operations of the lumber mill can be slightly modified. So the 3 points that Diamond Tiara brings up, the 3 improvements to the business, replanting trees, not dumping pollution down the river, and not littering. First of all, he already stopped the littering. We checked that box off instantaneously in part 1. I don't know why the Crusaders and Diamond Tiara keep talking about it like he didn't immediately want to fix that. And Filthy Rich said he had a good business plan, but apparently his business plan didn't include replanting trees, which is like, as an earth pony, you think he would understand the magic of agriculture. I just would have figured that, if he wanted to keep this operation going, in the long run, he would be replanting the tree so he can get his special whitetail wood lumber, forever. Because, he doesn't just want trees, he wants specifically the trees of whitetail woods, which is a finite resource unless he plants more. So why wasn't he already doing that? I don't know how that didn't cross his mind, but, good job, Diamond Tiara, for thinking about farming.
And the pollution. They keep talking about the pollution. I don't know, we didn't really see anything about the goddamn pollution, though.
We just saw chunks of wood floating in the river.
Which I suppose there could be, chemical runoff from treating the wood, but
the story didn't really do a good job at portraying the actual damage that the lumber mill was doing. From my point of view, I was just completely on Filthy Rich's side the entire time, and the Crusaders just had no ground to stand on. They probably could have done a better job at making the Crusaders not completely crazy obsessed.
There just wasn't a single point in the story that I wanted them to succeed. They were simply the bad guys.
But, maybe if they actually went into, he's not replanting trees, he's dumping chemicals from wood treatments into the river,
then, maybe I would have had some sympathy for the Crusaders' struggles.
But I mean, I've been bitching about them a bunch, but in defense of how the Crusaders are written, this is very much true to their character. They are a little reckless. They are impulsive. They don't often heed the advice of others and forge their own path. This is just, pretty extreme, though, even for them. I don't know why I'd expect some kind of post-cutie mark clarity. Another thing I wasn't that fond of, so many montages. We get 2 full-page montages. We get 3 full pages of no dialogue in this issue. There's also one in part 2 and one in part 1. We really could have used that space to make the Crusaders more likable. I believe that is basically everything I want to talk about. Art changes. So in this panel, Filthy Rich doesn't have his collar vest thingy on, so I slap that on. And then later on, he has regular fake horse eyebrows instead of his actual real eyebrows. And for the final scene, the narration box says that evening, and he says, "Thanks for coming tonight," but wouldn't you know, the skybox is fucking midday, sun is nice and bright. So wouldn't you know, I recolored the skybox and shaded everything. Yay, fun. Oh, and when they're clanking their red Solo cups, they all have water, but I decided to recolor Twilight's drink some piss-colored alcohol stuff, because it's really funny. The story was pretty alright. The pacing was not the best, but we got there in the end. I guess that's really the main thing that matters. I really like that we know the Spirit of the Forest is real, we see it a couple times, but it's completely irrelevant to the plot. It does not matter for anything. And Diamond Tiara's concerns are just her happy memories, her father's happy memories, every pony in Ponyville's happy memories. And that is what she is fighting for, despite whatever the Crusaders are fighting for. Oh my god, we spent so much time with the Crusaders doing literally nothing. Just memeing around, really. Diamond Tiara needed to get into the spotlight so much sooner. I don't remember if I talked about it, but in part 2, when Rarity's like, "Aesthetically, this looks like shit. Can you please cut down a different forest, farther from Ponyville?" Just Rarity and Diamond Tiara actually tried to make real change here. Oh, and Mare, you know what, Mare, she did her best. She tried to recruit Apple Bloom to the world of politics. That's on her for wanting to go the terrorism route. Rainbow Dash literally did nothing. Applejack barely did anything. Man, I can't. Thanks, guys. I think the story would have been better if parts 1 and 2 were compressed and combined, and we got a little more time focusing on Diamond Tiara and the changes she wanted to make and what she was fighting for, because she doesn't talk about every pony else's happy memories or her happy memories right until the end. We could have followed her around as she learned about the forest and recruited other ponies to try to help her preserve it. That would have been a really neat way to tie in her cutie mark ability. Telling others what to do. Like she does when she helps the Crusaders clean up all the trash. She gives a nice little speech and then every pony gets to work. Regardless of how we got there though, I do like the ending we got to. Pretty solid. Oh, story, Dead on Arrival, 0 out of 10. Not enough Snips and Snails. Boo. Worst story I've ever read. Anyway, those have been my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and until next time.